In 1985, Rotary International committed to a goal of ending polio worldwide. Very soon now, after immunizing over 2 billion children, the goal will be achieved. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Welcome to the Food Corner. Today we're going to make a turkey artichoke panini. And you might find it interesting to know that panini basically just means sandwich in Italian. For this recipe, you'll need about 4 ounces of turkey deli meat, some spinach artichoke spread, 1 tomato, some Parmesan Artichoke cheese, olive oil, about half to a quarter of a cup of onions, and some sort of a flatbread. To get started with our panini, we are going to first start with caramelizing some onions. One of the reasons that we do this on a sandwich is because it makes it a little bit more palatable to eat. It's not as crunchy, and in this sandwich we really don't want something really crunchy. So we're just going to caramelize those a little bit and get that going. While that's going, I'm going to start on making our sandwiches, which are really easy. Now, you can use any sort of a flatbread. The real good bread to use for paninis is frittata or focaccia bread. However, I try to buy things that are at my local market, and I couldn't find any of that at my local market. And so what I've done is I've used one of the pizza crusts that are pre-done, and you just want something that is a little bit flatter and something that's going to get a little bit crisp because we're going to put that in our contact grill. So once you have those, I just cut them into pieces. We're going to put about a tablespoon of our artichoke spinach spread, and that's really going to be our main dressing. Instead of using a mayonnaise or a mustard, we're going to try to go with something that gives us a lot of flavor, but we don't need a whole lot of it. That's where we really tend to add a lot of fat to our sandwiches, is in the dressings or the condiments that we put on it. So we've got a little bit of that. On the opposite side, we're going to, let me move this out of the way, we're going to put about 2 ounces of turkey, deli turkey meat. And I always talk in ounces. The easiest way to know how much an ounce is an ounce for deli meat is about 1 slice, and that'll give you a pretty good idea of an ounce. We don't want to put much more of that. This is one of those things that you can get a really good meal with a sandwich without having to load up on a lot of the meats. Another reason why you want to cut down there is because there's a lot of sodium in deli meats that we don't think about, and this can keep our sandwich more on the low sodium side as well. It's the low fat. Now that we have that, we're going to put just a little bit of our cheese. This is another place that we're cutting back. Instead of using a sliced cheese, we're using kind of a grated cheese. We're using the Parmesan Asiago mix instead of a cheddar or even a Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack, American, and cheddar cheeses are very high in fat, and so we're going to lower our fat content there as well. Looks like our onions are about ready, but we're going to keep those going. I'm going to put this off to the side and start doing our tomato. When you start putting fresh vegetables on a sandwich, you want to make sure that they're very high quality. And so go ahead and make sure that what you're using is high quality, because it's really what's adding the flavor to your sandwich. If you use high quality condiments, well then that helps you avoid having to add flavors with things like pickles or mayonnaise or things that add fat to it. Get this sliced up and get our onions caramelized, and we will be about ready to put our panini on our grill. We've got our onions caramelized, and you can see we just want them to be kind of golden brown there, and put a little bit of onions on top of your spinach dip, and you can see I've made a few more here. You can make several of these. A lot of times when we buy specialty breads and things like that, we might shy away from it because of the cost, because they are more expensive. But just to let you know, you can buy your breads and you can keep it in the freezer for anywhere up to 4 to 8 months. Pull those out a couple slices at a time whenever you're ready to use them for a panini or for a special sandwich. Let them defrost at room temperature, and that way you can still have your specialty breads and not feel bad about maybe them going to waste. You can preserve those. The other thing that you want to do whenever you are preheating your grill, you want to make sure that you put just a little bit of olive oil on the outside of your bread so that way you get a good crust. And so I think we're ready for this one. Oop, no, we're not. I haven't put the good stuff on it. That little bit of cheese. And we are ready to hit the grill. You can see this sandwich doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients on it, but the ingredients that are there are really high flavored foods, and that's a good thing. You don't have to have a whole lot of ingredients on something to make it good. We're going to let it hit the grill, get our other ones done up. You want to cook them, probably about 6-7 minutes. That's going to give you a good cooking all the way through, heat up the sandwich, and get that good crust on your bread. Get this one done. I've preheated this grill to about 425. And that gives us a good heat where it's going to seal in that crust. Adding the olive oil to the outside also helps seal in the moisture in the bread so your bread doesn't get real dried out. Because you don't want toast necessarily, you just want the outside to be a little bit toasted. All right, we're going to shut the lid and let it cook. It's gotten cleaned up just a little bit while our paninis were on the grill. And now it's time to take them off. You can see, I hope, there's a little grill marks across the top. You can see that there. Once that's done, once your stuff is kind of starting to melt, you're ready to come off the grill. Once you have them off, go ahead and remove the side that has the turkey on it. It's a lot easier to remove that one than it is the side that has your artichoke spinach. Go ahead and add a tomato on there. This one's a little bit bigger, so I'll put 2. And you are ready to enjoy a delicious and quick lunch or dinner. Have some fruit, some fresh veggies on the side, and this would be a really good, low-fat, nutritious, balanced meal. Be sure to come back to the Food Corner, part of newstar.com, for more demonstrations and recipes. And if you have any questions, contact the Pottawatomie County OSU Extension Office. We'd like to send a great thanks to Rock Creek Baptist Church for letting us use their facilities today. And remember, eat better, eat together.